My little brown bat is still here. It always comes about 2 or 3 weeks prior to hibernation. Stays in the same place and then leaves. You see something missing here between the Moonglow pear and the Bartlett pear? This pitiful Bartlett pear. We've cut it way back. That was an Orient pear. My husband cut it down after 15 years or so. Hadn't produced one pear. Actually, the Bartlett hasn't either. But we may take this Moonglow pear, it needs to be cut back about 8 feet, and graft on to the Bartlett rootstock. And I don't know if we will or not. I think I just cut it down and start over. Moonglow has produced as much as 100 pears. I made some lovely spiced pear preserves with it one year. This year I didn't get anything because we had a late frost. Everybody's molting. Little Miss Right-tailed Thea. Hi, Thea. But Thea's laying again. Hi, Thea, sweet little girl. And there's the Hector. Come on, Hector, we gotta go. Come on. Let's go, Goober. Come on, gotta go inside. Inside. Come on, Jill. Let's go, Jilly. Oh, I see my little girls down there, Jane and Maddie, Hector's daughters, in the dust hole. I have to go grab them, one under each arm, and bring them back because they won't come. Come on, guys. Let's go in. Jane, Maddie, come on, girls. Come on, girls. It's time to go inside. See, they will not come. You can just forget it. They will not come. They're 22 weeks old. They haven't started laying yet. They're living with Hector and his girls. Their mama Jill beats them up pretty good. But they're in there permanently now. So haven't had any chicks around here in separate groups for quite a while. Thank goodness. I'm so ready. Everybody's back in the barn, and their respective groups are going to be in for winter. And it's hot today and humid. We didn't get a lot of Florence, but you know, I'm ready for fall. I really am. I see some 40-degree days pretty soon. Oh, by the way, I think I've got this on. I think I had that zoomed in. Sorry about that. Cannot ever remember. That gate out there, that chain link gate, I think I did a video when I saw a bear there one time. 8:30 in the morning, I came to unlock the barn and turn around. There was a bear at the gate, just outside the gate. A young bear. You know, we looked at each other a few seconds, and I went one way and he went the other. But just a couple, 3 weeks ago, the game camera caught a big bear about 5 feet that way from the gate, almost in exactly the same spot. And I'm wondering if it's the same bear just grown up. But yeah, the game camera caught that bear right outside the gate. So needless to say, I look every time I walk out the door. I scan my surroundings. I usually do that anyway, but now I'm looking for big black silhouettes that I don't quite register what they are, which is the way it happened the first time I saw the bear. But I'm going to have to go get Jane and Maddie in here. I planted these 3 Carolina sapphire cypress about a year ago, and I had fencing around them, and I just took the fencing off, and the girls are starting to eat them around the base, but they're getting tall and they're established. So within, I don't know, a couple of years, I should have them tall enough to start providing some shade on the back of this barn. Because this gets the hot afternoon sun. In the summer, it's very hot on the back side. Barn's insulated, but it's still hot because the afternoon sun beats on that metal building. And you could go in there and you can touch the walls inside, the wooden walls, and they don't feel hot. But the building just heats up. So anyway, those should be growing up pretty good, hopefully, in the next few years. Hopefully they won't die on me. Well, I guess I better go get Jane and Maddie, who are being bad girls, as usual, and won't come when I call them. They will later when they get grown up and they feel really comfortable in their new group. They will. Barred Rocks, you know, these Barred Rock girls, they're pretty good. They're pretty good girls. They're friendly, and they just kind of are teenagers and trying to find their place in their new grown-up world. And hopefully I'll have some eggs soon. I hope so. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm going to put a picture of that bear at the end of this. If you haven't started getting your wood for winter, if you burn wood for heat like we do, get on the stick right now. I had a guy, a young man that he's really conscientious to contact us once in a while to be sure we've got wood. But we have our own wood. We cut our own wood. We've got a lot. We get it split. But he contacts us once in a while, and he brings it. And he stacks it for my husband, and he's bringing a second load of wood just to get us started in case our winter's really bad. I want to get a head start on it, and he doesn't charge us too much. It's pretty good guy, and I like giving somebody the business who's conscientious about following up and not disappearing on us when we want him to bring something. And more often than not out here in this area, you call somebody and they say, "Oh yeah, I'll bring you some wood," and you never hear from them again. Then you can't contact them. You can't find them. Not this guy, not Jonah. He's pretty good about that. So we give him the business all the time. Every winter we at least get one load from him, if not two or three, depending on how bad the winter is and how bad my husband's back is. So anyway, let me go get the girls, and I'll talk to you a little later. Well, part two. All my beautiful Brahmas are molting. Some are in different stages here. There's Bonnie. She's been trying to go broody on me. I have not let her have eggs. I've not let anybody have eggs in a while. And I'm not going to until after the first of the year. Hi, Betsy. Who's Betsy? She's looking a lot better than she was. Cora's skinny because she tried to go broody, and she's molting, so she's ratty looking. Hey, Bonnie. Say hi, Bonnie. Say hi, Bon. Oh, my goodness. No, you can't be doing that, Bonnie. Oh, my goodness. And Bailey. Bailey over there is missing her tail pretty much. You can tell she's growing feathers in. This is the second time she's molted, and this girl, she's supposed to look like Brandy with the lacing. Brandy's ratty too because she's molting and skinny. Bailey has some penciling markings, but every time she molts in almost black. Now look at, she's had all her new feathers are coming in almost solid brownish black. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen. I don't hatch a lot of her eggs because her markings are not right. They're supposed to be more like my dark Brahma. She's got the lacing. She's silver based, but she's got the lacing. Hi there, BJ. She's head hen, so she gets a lot of rooster attention. Guess I could put a saddle on her, but it's been so blasted hot. I want to tell y'all, if anybody's in the Tennessee, North Georgia, North Carolina juncture area, and you're interested in any Brahmas in the springtime, I'm not going to hatch them in an incubator. Now, mind you, I try to avoid that. But I'll probably let the first couple broodies of the year have eggs. But there is a really nice lady in South Carolina who buys all of my extras, males too. She's a 4-H leader, and she's got people on a waiting list for roosters out of my Sebastian here because they're big, gentle giants, and people want his sons. So, and her birds she doesn't have enough to go around. So, she and hers come out of this group. But she has a waiting list. She says she's got about 12 people on it right now. And I said, she'll be the first person I call when I have extras. And until some of my old hens die off, I will not have any. They're all going to be extras. I'm not going to keep any, is what I'm trying to say. So there'll be plenty of extras. But I'm not going to hatch in large numbers, like in an incubator. I can't feed them. Last year I had so many, and it just wore me out last year for some reason. I try to hatch a lot from Brandy here. Brandy's got perfect lacing. And I would hatch from BJ over there, except that every egg I have tried to hatch I ran off a hill here, from BJ with Bash has not been fertile. I don't think it's a fluff issue because they all have the same amount of fluff and everybody else has no problem with fertility. And I don't think it's Bash's problem at all. It could be a physiological mismatch. I mean, I've had that where they just, something in their physiology just didn't connect, and the eggs just, the fertilized eggs would not develop. I had that happen with an Orpington and a light Brahma pairing. I know I got very suspicious, and when batch after batch, I had a lot of hens, and then batch after batch, this hen's eggs with this blue Orpington rooster did not develop. And you'd crack the egg open carefully and look for the telltale bullseye, and it would be there. It looked like a fertilized egg, but there'd be no veining. It would never develop veins. And so I started collecting. I'd collect 5 eggs of hers at a time. Go 5 days, collect her eggs, put them in an incubator, and incubate them to 7 to 9 days, and open them up. Nothing. So I figured out it had to be a problem between those 2 individuals. And I'm wondering if this is the case with Sebastian and BJ. The only way I would know that is if I had another rooster to put with BJ. And I don't have the room to try that experiment. I don't have room for experiments. So that's the deal with that. But in the spring, if you're near the juncture of the 3 states, then and you're interested in some Brahmas, and I don't just sell girls. Unless I have a surplus of girls, I don't just sell the pullets. I sell them for breeding. I don't sell layers. I sell them for breeding. If I have a lot of extra girls, I might sell a couple of girls by themselves. But these are for breeding, so I sell breeding pairs, trios, quads, whatever, depending on how many girls I have. I mean, usually it's pairs or trios. Or just extra males. People who want a big, gentle rooster with their girls. If their girls are large enough, like they got Orpingtons or Jersey Giants, they might want a really gentle rooster like comes out of this group. And you can't get a sweeter, easier to handle rooster than that boy right there. And temperament is like any other trait. It's heritable. It's passed down, and I find that it's passed down from the father. Think about that, and I don't know really what's going to happen. I have 2 perpetually broody hens, so I would guess that 1 or 2 or both of those will go broody after the beginning of the year. I didn't let either one of them have eggs the last time they went broody this year, but they're multiple time broodies every year. So that's the deal with the Brahmas, and I just want it to be a nice quiet winter. I don't want to have to deal with chicks or anything of the kind. I don't have chicks here with broodies or by themselves or trying to keep chicks warm in the winter. I just want to have a restful winter this year. So, enough of that rambling, and beautiful day after Florence left us. Gosh, the pasture grasses are already up there again. My husband just cut all that. Jeez. That's what happens when you have a lot of water coming in. You get a lot of growth, but look at the leaves. They're just a-falling. You couldn't tell it was fall by the temperatures right now. But I see some 40s at night in the next couple of weeks. But I'll try to put that picture of that bear at the gate. It was about 11:30 at night, if I remember right. It wasn't really in the middle of the night. It was at a time when we're known to come out here to the barn to turn off the fans or something. And so I'm just glad we didn't take a trek out to the barn that night. Because you can't see a bear in the dark. That's a little tricky. Talk to you guys later. Have a nice... I hope my listening audience didn't experience too much damage from Florence. But hurricane season is not over yet. We'll talk to everybody soon. Bye.